Are you planning a trip to Italy? Well, today I am excited to cover the ways not to waste money in Italy and not get scammed in what we'll call a tourist trap so that you have the best experience ever.
Absolutely.
We live in Italy and travel around the country all the time. For this reason, we like to share our knowledge with you so that you can have the most authentic Italian vacation possible.
Let's begin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea. Italy is one of the most popular countries for tourists to visit. Italy's hospitality and the food is world famous, and the sightseeing are incredible. However, because there's so many of you visiting Italy every year, there's always going to be some people that will try to take advantage of the tourist, so you.
Right.
So let's begin our video by talking about tourist traps.
So, what is a tourist trap?
A tourist trap is a place that is designed to lure in tourists. They are often full or overcrowded and don't let you fool you. They are also often overpriced and certainly not authentic in any way, especially if you compare it to them to a local alternative. Thankfully, tourist traps are easy to find. You can spot the tourist trap from a mile away with their big flashy advertising. We recommend moving on as they'll take advantage of your lack of local knowledge just to make a quick buck,
Yeah.
rather than offering genuine and authentic experience.
Mhm, mhm. So, let's start with the classic Italian tourist trap, the overpriced and underwhelming restaurant. These restaurants will have big pictures of spaghetti bolognese, pizza, burgers, sushi, and so much more on the menu. And someone outside will most likely be aggressively waving you in. They might even have a tourist menu, and if you see it, run, or at least walk away, because you're not going to have an authentic Italian meal, and it's going to cost you a lot more than it needs to. So, how do you find a fake restaurant? Well, rule number one, if the menu is translated into 12 different languages, or if you see photos of every possible Italian dish, if you eat there, you're probably going to get frozen, microwaved garbage that's going to cost you 25 euros or more. Rule number two, if there's a person practically begging you to come in, to sit down, just keep walking, put your hands in your pocket, and say, sorry, I just ate. Good restaurants in Italy don't need anyone to lure you in, right? Actually, good restaurants in Italy will usually have a long line outside, and it's difficult to get in without a reservation. Rule number three, if a restaurant is in front of a major landmark, like the Pantheon in Rome, or in the Duomo, the front of the Duomo in Florence, chances are you're going to pay a really high premium just to eat there. Now, the food could be okay, but it'll definitely be overpriced. Rule number four, if you see a sign outside that advertises American breakfast or dishes that are not typical of Italy, it's a tourist trap. Rule number five, if you see a restaurant that serves dinner at all hours of the day, chances are it's a tourist trap because Italians do not eat dinner until about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Now, I understand if you have kids, you may want to eat earlier, but trust me, just have a snack to tie you over till dinner because you'll be very happy you did. So, those are the ways to spot a fake or a tourist trap restaurant. But how do you spot an authentic Italian restaurant? Well, first, just walk a few streets away from those big attractions. Look for places where the locals are eating. And also check for the reviews online, like on Google. If a restaurant has a less than 4-star review, actually, better stick with ratings of 4.5 and above with thousands of reviews. Do that and you'll be in good shape.
Absolutely. Moving on to another tip on avoiding tourist traps in Italy, and we talk about souvenir stores.
Those are expensive.
Yep. If you see shops selling dozens of the same magnets, Colosseum snow globes, or handmade leather goods that all look identical, you're probably in a tourist trap. A lot of these items aren't even made in Italy. Look closely. Many say made in China or PRC in tiny prints on the bottom, so stay away. Also, you might see stores that sells wine and limoncello right in the most touristy area of the city. Some of the stores also offer free tasting, so imagine those stores are probably sell the most expensive limoncello in Italy.
Colored water.
Yeah, probably. If you want to bring home some nice bottle of limoncello, just visit the local supermarket and buy it there to get a real price and a real limoncello.
Mhm.
Same thing goes for wine. You can buy it at any supermarket and pay the real price that Italian
Yeah.
pay, not the tourist price. Also, if you have the time, maybe take a wine tour, a wine tasting tour, especially in Tuscany. You will not be disappointed.
No.
You can scan this QR code for some of wine tours of Tuscany or check the link in the description below.
Mhm.
And strongly recommend it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about another tourist trap that will cost you a lot of money. And those are the money exchangers. Now, on your trip, you will see a lot of money exchange stores in the big cities of Italy. Those places are the most expensive places to change your money. Not only will they give you a terrible exchange rate, but they're also going to charge you a ridiculous service fee that sometimes, well, all the time, is really high.
Mhm.
So, how do you get cash in Italy and in Europe in general? Well, first of all, you don't need to carry a lot of cash. Almost everywhere uses a debit or they'll take your debit or credit card. But you will need some cash. So we suggest 100 euros per person for your trip, not any more than that. And then if you do need to get some cash, you can go to any bank's ATM and withdraw money there. Not an ATM at a grocery store or at a souvenir store, but an ATM at a bank branch, and they're everywhere.
Absolutely. Let's move on to another tip to avoid tourist trap in Italy, and we talk about fake attractions. When you walk around cities in Italy, you'll see a few places like Wax Museum, Leonardo da Vinci Experience, or other multimedia experience. In our opinion, those places are just a waste of money. There are plenty of sightseeing and archaeological sites, castle, palaces, museum, and natural beauty in Italy for you to see. You do not need to waste your money to look at some replicas of Leonardo machines that you'd find anywhere online. So just
Yeah.
skip ahead and go somewhere else.
All right, so let's move on to another tourist trap to avoid while traveling to Italy, and we'll talk about the street vendors. Now, on your trip to Italy, you will see a ton of street vendors while walking around in the major city centers. Some sell selfie sticks, batteries, and cables for your phones. Others will sell replica Rolexes and other things. Um, Others will even sell counterfeit bags and wallets. We strongly suggest you not to buy from them. Not only is the quality of these goods really poor, but it's also illegal, and police could give you a hard time if they catch you buying from them. In the summer, you'll also find people trying to sell you bottles of water. Don't waste your money on that because, well, first, who knows where those bottles of water came from? And second, you can drink and refill your bottle from any of the many fountains that you'll find all around the city. Also, cities like Rome have now installed kiosks that dispense free water, and you can refill your bottle with either still or sparkling. How fancy!
Just for free. Now, let's move on to our last tip, and we'll talk about the scammers. Where there are a lot of tourists, it's only natural to see some scammers around. These are the most common ones. The first scam is the bracelet scam. It's one of the most popular one. A person come to you offering you a free bracelet or a free rose, it depends.
All right, actually, you remember in Rome, I actually got I actually got scammed with the free rose. I asked him, "Is it really free?" And he says, "Yeah, yeah, it's free. It's free." So we were traveling with friends. I took the rose, and he wanted money from me. I said, "No, it's free," and he just kept on and on and on and on. So, if you happen to see someone giving you something, stay away.
Say no thank you. Also, if you see some people gambling on the street with the three-card game, stay away. It's definitely a scam and it can be quite dangerous, so don't even approach them. Also, if you're by major landmarks that has a long line outside, you might be approached by scammers trying to sell you skip the line tickets.
Sometimes they're actually even in the line holding up
Yeah,
a sign.
do not buy those tickets. Most likely they're fake and you will waste your money. And then to start at the back of the line once more.
What a waste.
Yeah, also buy attraction tickets from a reputable source. Another scam that used to be quite popular, not as much anymore, had to do with the gladiators by the Colosseum. They wanted to take a photo for you and then they hold your phone until you pay them. If you see them, it's better to avoid them, and most of the time they're not even good looking right now.
Well, folks, this is what we have for you today. Traveling is expensive and it's easy to waste money. But if you follow these tips, you'll be able to keep some extra money in your pockets.
Maybe spend on some good gelato.
Yes, exactly. Also, if you learned something from this video or enjoyed us, why not like and subscribe and maybe even share the video on social media? You never know, some of your friends might be happy you did. And as usual, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below because we love to hear from you and answer your questions the best we can.
In the meantime, we'll see you on our next video. Ciao!